Today we're going to be talking about an argumentative response, and we're going to spend some time really discussing this opinion about whether or not the penny should or should not be abolished. And this just happens to be one of the topics, and next week we'll talk about some other topics, but we're going to be arguing this one. And so you're going to be reading 3 different sources that will give you some background information to help you formulate your own opinion. And so part of an argumentative response requires you to be fully engaged in a particular text. You should be having a conversation with the paper. Yes, you're literally going to be reading the paper and you're going to be talking to yourself. And so you want to be able to summarize what it is the text is saying. You want to be able to know what the text says, what this author is saying about a particular topic. But at the same time, the distinction between an argumentative response is to at the same time be thinking, what do I think about what this person is saying? That part is so crucial. And this is the one time that I will say when you're writing an essay that it's okay to say, I agree. Use first person or first person plural, because we do want you to assert your opinion. We do want you to be thinking about what is important to you. But you cannot do that without first acknowledging what the text is saying. So you have to be able to summarize that. You want to tell your opinion alongside with the opinion of or the assertion of the particular author, in this case Sommer, that we're reading about in the penny. Oftentimes we don't argue with someone unless someone provokes us. They're pointing, they just say something that just, and you just cringe. That when you are provoked, this is the time when you argue, and those are the best arguments, right? And so in this case, you want to do it in a very specific way, and I'll give you templates to help you to articulate these ideas and also to put it in writing. But when you are provoked is oftentimes when you are fired up, you get excited, there's a little bit of passion, and you may challenge someone's standard view of thinking of something. So we may have our standard view of the penny is, wow, they're useful, we have them, we keep them at home, we need them when we're paying for items, and so now we're being challenged with, well, maybe we should get rid of it. So you're challenging the standard view of the way someone is already thinking about a particular item. And this brings about controversy. Some of the best essays are the ones where you actually disagree with, or you challenge us. So it's not, this time around, don't play it safe when you go to write your paper. Don't say, well, I agree with so-and-so, because that leaves for a very dull reading. Even if you do agree, try to make it exciting. So say, well, I disagree, and challenge the reader to sort of consider a different perspective. Consider, if you will, the article that you read today, source number 1, entitled Penny Wise or 2.4 cents Foolish. A penny for your thoughts. Anyways, we're going to go over the template. And so today you guys had the collaborative work where you got a template where you had to first acknowledge what the text was saying, and then you were able to assert your opinion. So let's try it. Why don't we? Jim Flaherty argues that pennies are useless. I disagree. Pennies are a coin that provides value that is so precise, so exact. It gives us the precision. After all, there is a huge difference between 83 cents and 84 cents. If something costs 84 cents and you only have 83 cents, then you shouldn't get it. You just shouldn't. Pennies are critical. Now, whether I really think that pennies are useless or not is not the point. We could also make another argument. If we take a look at the second template that I provided you guys, in this case we're agreeing with Sommer, who happens to be the author of the article, source 1. We could state that Sommer's argument that pennies are not cost effective is supported by new research that suggests that zinc and copper coins cost 2.4 cents to produce and distribute. So that's one way to show you'll agree in using the template. The last template provides us with a combination of both agree and disagree, which really makes our material more complex. So for example, it would read, according to the first source by Sommer, Sommer claims that pennies are simply not practical. And I have mixed feelings about that. On the one hand, I agree that the cost of making the penny is more than the value itself. On the other hand, I still insist that it is a necessary exchange used to provide precise monetary value that eventually adds up.